What is up everybody, my name is GamePan and welcome back to a brand new video, and today I'll be discussing and explaining how I made tons of profit due to unusual trading. So if you're starting off with something like keys towards buying unusuals, this is the video for you. So basically we will go through multiple steps and specific ways that matter towards making profit throughout 2018. So this all matters if you're buying an unusual which has a price. So for example, if you bought yourself an unusual price at like 16.67 keys, you would need to know what 0.67 keys would be in refined. So there is one way to find out. You just go onto backpack.tf, just search that up on like Google or whatever type you use, and in the top corner where it shows the search bar, there should be a search bar, and all you gotta type is convert 0.67 keys, and it'll tell you how many refined it is. I'd love to go through like normal trading by explaining the currency of scrap and reclaimed, but there isn't really any point if we are going through unusual trading. So the main currency to stay attached to would be keys and refined. So if you're selling an unusual, you want keys and not refined, so make sure you don't accidentally like list your unusual on backpack.tf for like 2 ref or what, because I had someone do that today, which was we helped him like delete it before anyone offered, luckily, because he didn't want to get banned. But yeah, or you could get banned, which will make life within trading harder. So if you have any items which are like close to hitting the key mark, use the tool so you don't have to calculate it yourself, or you'll be here all day long. An unusual is a special quality throughout TF2, and it makes it more popular by the chance you have within uncreating one. You have exactly 0.66% each time you get a case to see if you have that luck. Some of you are probably thinking, oh, but what about the double the unusual rate? Well, it would depend on the case, because sometimes they increase the chance of getting something valuable just like an unusual. Unusual effects are not an issue in 2018 anymore, but the most wanted effects would be like burning, sunbeams, scorching, but after doing some research I see that most of the unusual effects in Halloween form from like 2010-2014 are the most desired unusual effects. It's very hard to get these effects though, like Demon Flame, Hellfire, Dark Blaze and much more, like Bonzo, Spellbound, Arcana, you name it. But most people buy them just because they're rare and you can't get them anymore, because the majority are like 1 of 1, 1 of 3. So if you do manage to get one, try to sell it for like overpaying pure or really good overpaying items, as a lot of them are like still raising in price on backpack.tf because they're going up in value. The good ones which most people adore would be like all classes, multi-classes and so many other hats, but it really depends on the tier of the hat. So if you go to backpack.tf and take a look at every unusual on the page, it will show you which ones are at the top and which ones are at the bottom, and you know, the ones at the top are like the most high tiers, like the Potassium Bonnet, the Kid Exclusive, the Team Captain, and many more. Trading is a way that could be one way of making cash. Other people do it because it's their hobby, so they can do it whenever they want, which is really decent. I do it because, you know, I find it very fun, and does depend most of the times when it's fun, because you do get random people trading you know, trying to buy your like, trying to buy my not for sale items like my Grease Lightning for like a quick sell. But yeah, I mean there are other reasons, like people do it like for a job, which is kind of like, I mean, I think it's sad because you are making money from it, but yeah, I wouldn't want to do this for 24/7 just trading. So yeah, I mean trading's fun, but like not all the time. It would really depend. So the main site people use would be like backpack.tf. It is a good way to sell your unusual, as it benefits you to get more offers than waiting around the majority of the day. You also got tf2outpost.com, which can help, but I never use it. I mean, I get a lot of adverts from it, which, you know, you just get ad block, but yeah, I'd use backpack.tf as it helps me throughout trading, like my unusual hats and so on. There's something I tell others, and that is do not trade any scammers. I did it, and you know, it got me banned on backpack for a while, and remain at the moment I'm still banned. Yep, I know. for a while, which was like my fault, and after I got banned I didn't feel like trading, but later on I lived with that and like carried on finding a way to make profit. So I don't trade scammers, or you won't have the use of on trade servers. Like you can't basically trade on £5 if you trade with a scammer, like a high value trade. The reason I was banned was because well, to be honest, I didn't know, or I didn't really read the rules. That's the main reason I got banned in the first place. But I basically bought a golden pan from a scammer, and yeah, that's basically how I got banned. Not much to describe, but yeah, I didn't feel like trading after that. But later on, I lived with it and carried on firing away. But yeah, don't trade with scammers basically, and yeah. Investing is probably the quickest out of all ways towards making profit. So if you're investing on like around £20, that will get you roughly around 12 keys. So that is a great way to start trading, and you know, that's from starting low. So I mean, the more you add, the more profit you make. Like, because you'll basically start off with pure. So say you bought like 100 keys worth, you could easily get like 125 in items. So that's like 25% like profit back. So eventually you could just cash out what you made, and that's pretty much it. Buying quick sells is the way to get unusual trading going. I would start off by buying unusual for around 30 or more % off. So you make profit and would be faster growing your inventory price. Because what I did was I had around 10 keys pure at the beginning. I paid like 14 keys for like 15 key unusual. Resold it back for 15 keys, so I made a key profit. Each time keep buying different unusual for like a good % off, quick selling it, and that is one way. That's probably the quickest way to make profit from like a cheap end, like when you start off at like 12 to 10 keys. So yeah, I'd start around 12 keys if you do like invest. So yeah. So basically, trading can be regretful, so a good trade would require making profit. That's one of the ways. So if you get something like someone overpaying on your unusual in like good items that like you could easily resell for like, you know, more items, you know, say like miscs and that. So yeah, I'd say that's one thing, that's the way I would call something a good trade. So yeah. Right, so I mean, since they've increased the chance of getting an unusual fire, everybody's unboxing them. I've unboxed around 8, I think. So I would definitely say do not buy a taunt, because people are quick selling them for over 60% off in items, and no one will buy off you if you do. I mean, even I'm gonna say this, I'm not gonna like lie about how easy taunts are, because I've got 10 I'm trying to sell. I've had them for months now and nobody's buying them. So I'm kind of stuck with them, so I might keep them, but yeah, it really sucks. But I will eventually sell them, someone will buy them, but I'm keeping some since, you know, I unboxed some, and some I like the look of them, which I traded for. So yeah. So there isn't really much to explain in this, as it's just a repeat of the other stuff. So once again, I would avoid taunts. You know, some effects like nuts and bolts, like, you know, like search up the gens, like you have like low tiers to high tiers, and see what one's good and that. Like burning flames is a good effect to go for, and nuts and bolts is the least. But I would also stay away from like people in general, like not everybody, but like sharkers, scammers. People try to like do anything to make profit, so you know, be careful. Check their trust. You know, there might be a scammer, so make sure you do watch out for that as well. You don't want to end up in the same boat as me. So yeah. So I will make a part 2 later on, but it's just some brief examples of what to do in trading and how to get started. So I hope you did enjoy. Thank you for watching, and peace.
To wake your soul to scream.